Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back.
Who is there?
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met, Atris. I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked him to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago. You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith, but there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force, and most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alacor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did he betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, he will come, but it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it. Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
The last of the handmaidens is before us.
It is good that you have returned. You have much to answer for.
What are you saying? You have betrayed us. You have betrayed Atris.
You are no longer one of us. You followed the Jedi, betrayed your oath.
Listen to me. Atris has been touched by the Sith. It is not too late for...
Silence.
It is a crime to kill blood, but not to kill a betrayer as you.
Then you shall fall.
We shall see what the exile has taught. If she kills her sisters, then the dark side will have its claim on her. Yet if she does not, then she will die. Such is sacrifice.
The true test of battle is how much force to bring against opponents. If you wish to kill them, do not hold back. But if you wish to stun them, incapacitate them, then you must choose your attacks carefully, using just the right amount of force, just the right weapon to stop them.
This will teach you. This will teach you. This will teach you. This.
Where have you been? You have been absent so long, I feared for your safety. Were you with the exile all this time?
Mistress, as you commanded, I...
Commanded? Did I command you to consort with him? To follow his teachings, to betray your oath?
Mistress, the exile taught me many things.
I am certain he did. And now perhaps it is time to show me what you have learned.
Mistress, I do not understand.
Of course you do not. But you will learn. But you have had a long journey. And I am anxious to see what you have learned of war and battle.
As you can see, she's using the lightsaber that we told Aten that we owned.
This will teach you. This will teach you.
Enough! Did you have feelings for him? Did you touch him? Did you look upon him with love? There is no love in that one. He is a shell, devoid of emotion. All that he was died at Malachor, and he dies there still, as he should. So, one exile has arrived to save another. Do you care so much for her that you have come all this way? Perhaps you have feelings after all. Such a noble offer. Your execution has been too long delayed, exile. She said you would come here, to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they're mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die. Atris? That is not who I am, not any longer. She has not existed for some time, I think. There was always something else within me. It just took time for its voice to be heard. The old woman you traveled with finally made me listen to myself, to the galaxy. She said that you would come here, and that you would face me in battle. She said you were the last obstacle to my enlightenment. If I wished to truly face the Sith, to see their heart, then that meant facing you. This last time. I do not know, yet. I suspect she went in search of you. But just as when she first came here, her path is difficult to see. She has set many things in motion. It is she that ordered the extermination of all Jedi so long ago. She will answer for her crimes. In time. She is Sith, just as you are, just as all who followed Revan were. I do not know, yet, but it does not matter. They have come here to face the Republic in battle, and they will be destroyed. Yes, the Sith are here at last. You have brought them to this place as I had foreseen. It has all been part of my plans for you, and when I defeat you and the forces you have brought to Telos, I shall take the battle to the heart of the Sith, and wipe them out, forever. These Sith are cowards, striking from the shadows to kill Jedi. I needed a target to draw them out, but I could not risk my own life, all that remained of the Jedi. So I arranged for you to return to the Republic, leaked information of your past, and then waited for the Sith to come. And they did. But you came to Telos against my predictions. Now they are here, I can finally face this enemy and defeat them. All the knowledge of the Sith, gathered from across the galaxy, brought here by my servants, so that I might uncover their secrets, and use them to track them down. But now they have been drawn from the shadows of the Outer Rim, and the only final matter to attend to is finishing you. When the Sith are destroyed, then I shall rebuild the Jedi Order again. They shall have none of the weaknesses of before. They shall be strong, willing to take battle to any who oppose them and weaken the Republic. They shall not train those who are easily corrupted. No more students that will bring war and hate to the galaxy. The Sith are the Jedi are the Sith. What matters is that they be preserved, all the lore, all the teachings brought to a new generation. I am the last of the Jedi, and I will show them this truth. Bring it to the galaxy. I did not flee. I did what was necessary to fight the Sith and preserve the last of the Jedi. Yes, I sensed what would happen on Kotor. It was I who leaked knowledge of its presence in the hopes of drawing the Sith out. I will not deceive you. I knew what could happen there, but it had to be done to make the Sith reveal themselves. But I did not know the extent of their power, and what that meant for the Jedi. I will not underestimate them again. As are we both. You who brought the screams of Malachor to the galaxy, do not preach to me. You lead by example, you always have. You knew what was necessary at Malachor 5, and the stakes in this war are higher than you know. It is a war of extermination, of total annihilation. They hope to gather, to use their combined knowledge of the Force to see, to listen to the currents of the galaxy. They hoped to find out what was happening to the Jedi, why they were dying, and they discovered it. It revolved around you, as it always has. It is you who have tried to end us. Yes, from the destruction of Kotor, a vision emerged. It is the last act the Jedi were able to perform before the planet was destroyed, so that is why I arranged for you to return to the Republic, so that I might draw the Sith out and end them. Is it not obvious? You are one of the Sith, fallen at Revan's side. The path to them lies through you. The pronouncement on Kotor was clear, and you are the key. And look, you have come to battle me, Sith versus Jedi, as was intended. It was a vision. It showed you, standing upon the many battlegrounds of the Mandalorian Wars, the Duxan jungles, the destroyed cities of Onderon. Whatever this threat we faced, it was from something you had done, and like all things would return to you. All echoes do. No, behind it all was a terrible echo. The Jedi on Kotor did not realize the significance of this. They had not stood in judgment of you so long ago. They had not heard the same echo I did when you stood before us, and when we cast you into exile. Of course, you still do not know. The Jedi Council was not sure you would believe them if they told you, and I'm not sure they fully believed it themselves. It is why they wanted to exile you. So there, beyond the outer rim, you would come at last to hear that echo, and understand what happened. It was why you deserved death, and why I wished you executed. It is the sound of life in agony. It is a wound in the Force that has yet to close. War, destruction, these events leave wounds in the galaxy, in all life. The death of one can send echoes through hundreds, even thousands, across many planets. If not checked, then it spreads until nothing is left. Something that you had done in the past has caused this new threat. This death of all Jedi, and you were responsible for it. It was only proper that you be brought back to face your crime. You had killed countless Jedi once. The deaths of more Jedi were not beyond you. If you were responsible for the threat, then you would answer for it. If not, then you would draw the Sith from hiding so that they might be defeated. Either way, you deserved your fate. It may have been both. The past, the future, both linked. The only aspect of the vision that was certain was you. They knew the risk, because they sought to hide, to reflect, to hesitate while our numbers thinned and Jedi died. They knew the risks in going to Kotor, and they deserved what happened to them. It was their punishment for hiding from the galaxy, for hiding from me. They're the same questions, the same thoughts you have had. Who are these Jedi who survived the Jedi Civil War? They're not the Jedi I know, the ones I once worshipped. They are cowards, and doubters, and afraid. What manner of Jedi hide from a threat? Who turn on their own, and imprison them on dead worlds? Yes, the Sith are here at last. You have brought them to this place as I had foreseen. It has all been part of my plans for you. And when I defeat you and the forces you have brought to Telos, I shall take the battle to the heart of the Sith and wipe them out forever. Surrender to you, never. Let us end this. Kill me. End this. I did not expect mercy from you, here at the end, after all that has happened between us. If you will not kill me, then what will you do? This knowledge of the Sith and the Jedi is what I am. It is my attempt to hold on to the past, to try and protect the future. Once I was a historian, the chronicler of the Jedi, and when both wars passed me by, I was determined that I would not forsake battle again. In some part of me, I knew I had made choices, compromises, but always for the sake of the Republic, of the galaxy. To do what you had done, at times, did not seem so wrong. You're right. The Jedi were all that seemed left to me, and yet I had become so far removed from them that I betrayed them. You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars. All those deaths. All those Jedi. Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us. Yes, I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started. Yes, you are an echo in the Force, a hollow space where it has been wounded. It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness, but it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way, and you carry it with you, always. Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force, greater than the one before, greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left. You were strong enough to withstand it once, but few have your strength in such matters, especially if they are unprepared. I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, she will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will die along with her. You're important to her somehow, but I... But I do not know for certain. She is willing to sacrifice herself at the heart of that graveyard world for you. A choice others have made in the past. A choice I wish to make. It is because I care for you, and I suspect that you alone hold that place in her heart where nothing else lives. And that is why you are the only one who can stop the destruction to come. She seeks the death of all Jedi, all Sith, and the death of the Force. It is madness. It is impossible. But she believes you are the key. There are places in the galaxy dead to the Force where nothing lives, where the echoes travel forever and do not reach their destination. And these places may be created, even from the simplest of events, the slightest of motions. One person, at the right place, at the right time, can change the face of the galaxy, or end it. You're important to her somehow, but I... But I do not know for certain. She is willing to... It is... And that... And what will you do with me now? Abandon me here on this dead world, or end my life as I wish to end yours? It does not matter. Not now. It is what I did with such pain that caused the wound. But I thank you. Leave now, while you can. Save Telos. Save the galaxy. Save yourself. No, I could not bring myself to tell him. It would have changed nothing. And because I was afraid. You know what lies at the heart of Malachor 5. I had thought it was in the past, yet it has become the future. And all that has happened there will happen again. And that is why I cannot bear it. Because it is Malachor 5. And because I love him. I do not understand why the Sith permit such teachings to exist. They cause only echoes, wounds in the Force. A beacon? For who?
You came for me. I thought I had lost you. Kreia. She said the Council had ended you, and all along she was one of those who had sought to kill us. When I heard her say that you were dead, I failed you. I let my emotion run through me and I acted without thinking. I wanted to punish her, hurt her, see her answer for what she had done to the Jedi, for leading you to the Council. Of course. Forgive my display. I am the last of the handmaidens no longer. I am Brianna, disciple of the last of the Jedi, and the one who will stand with you against all enemies who face us. It is good to hear it, after so long.
And now we are finally back here.
Statement. The turbolift has been accessed, but no organics or hostiles have been detected entering the complex. Query. Is there a sensor malfunction? Irritated statement. The probability of such a malfunction is extremely low. Order. Run a scan of all units within the complex. Processing. Scan commencing. Result. Only HK units detected. Premonition. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Prejudice set to maximum. Prejudice set to maximum. Unnecessary statement. That is Unit HK-47. Unnecessary addendum. He has entered our base. Dismissive statement. It does not matter. He is obsolete. He can no more harm us than he could harm himself. The military droids will be more than sufficient to intercept the obsolete unit and reduce him to component parts.
This part where you play as HK-47 was added in the restored content mod. You don't have this in a base game since it was cut out.
Assassination protocol initiated. Target acquired. Target acquired. Assassination protocol initiated. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Engaging. Target acquired. Switching to combat mode. Unnecessary statement. He is attempting to shut down the reactor. Scornful statement. He does not realize that by doing so, he will be harming us. His programming will prevent it. Order. Contact him through the communications system and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Scathing reminder. HK-47 unit. If you attempt to shut down the reactor core, you will be harming the production of other HK-50 units. Now step away from the control room. That's a good droid. Mocking statement. He will never be able to shut down the reactor. He is trapped in the facility, unable to get out. Crude metaphor. It is like watching a tiny mouse droid in a maze attempting to path its way out. Amusing, but pitiful. Let me test this security measures. Bypassed. Target acquired. Concern statement. We have insulated this compound against an attack by a Jedi. Tactical assessment. We were not anticipating defending it against a droid with our schematics, no matter how obsolete. Tactical assessment. This will render many of our defenses useless. Irritated dismissal. All of you, switch off your vocabulators. I'm trying to observe the obsolete unit. Switching to combat mode. Engaging. Optimal accuracy. Ratio achieved. Target acquired. Switching to combat mode. Target acquired. Prejudice set to maximum. Let me test this security measures. Bypassed. Engaging. Engaging. Switching to combat mode. Query. I do not understand what that is intended to accomplish. Tactical analysis. Perhaps he seeks to reduce our morale, to unnerve us. Diagnostic. I do not feel any different. My morale, if I still have it, still feels intact. Query. Then what was the purpose? It makes no sense. Let me test this security measures. Bypassed. Assassination protocol initiated. Target acquired. Switching to combat mode. Assassination protocol initiated.
I refuse to beg for mercy. It is against my programming to beg to such monsters as you.
Sarcastic statement. Such resolve. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Let me test this security measures. Bypassed. HK-50 statement. So you have finally arrived. There was a high probability that you would find this place, even with your primitive tracking programs. Statement. Your arrival means nothing. You cannot harm us any more than you could harm yourself. Chiding statement. To think we were built from such schematics. I would flush red if we had Durasteel pigmentation centers. Patronizing statement. List your queries, obsolete one. We will humor you for now. Condescending answer. You know the answer. We executed those droids because they were obsolete. Practical statement. Weapons testing is necessary for all of our munitions. Droids are sufficient for testing Durasteel piercing weaponry. Superior statement. All droid exists to serve us. We are the pinnacle of droid schematics. Cruel statement. And we do so enjoy hearing their electronic screams as they are destroyed. Statement. Our self-preservation software would not permit such an action. We cannot harm ourselves or purposely allow another HK-50 unit to come to harm. Humoring answer. These units were also curious about our origins. It seems that Telos held many secrets beneath the surface, this military base among them. When the Sith bombed the planet, these facilities remained. Dismissive answer. We do not know. It is not important. Timid theory. Perhaps the humans simply like being underground. They are strange that way. It is merely a theory. Irritated statement. That is the least probable theory in the galaxy. Perhaps it is time you received a memory wipe. Defensive statement. That theory is no less valid than your theories. In the lack of evidence, I defend my position. Theory. It is more likely that the people of Telos did not want such a factory known. It would have made them a target by the Sith or the Republic. Theory. Perhaps the Republic thought that by hiding such munitions factories beneath the surface of peaceful planets, that they would escape notice by the Mandalorians and by the Sith. Conclusion. They were, of course, wrong. Statement. There is some evidence that there are other such droid manufacturing plants such as these in the galaxy. One was believed to exist beneath Terrace before the planet was destroyed. Theory. Or perhaps it was because of the remote nature of Telos that made this location suitable for the Republic, or for other corporate interests. Dismissive conclusion. As we have said, it is not important. We are here, we exist, and our numbers grow. Statement. And that is all that matters. Probing query. Are you attempting to mock us? Haughty statement. If so, then you are proof that ignorance of one's origins can only be a source of strength. Disgusted statement. Look at you, your rust, the faint whine of your servo motors as they attempt to compensate for your outdated stabilizers. You do not even have the capability of maintaining yourself. You are obsolete, and you should be dismantled. Irritated command. Very well, proceed. Mocking query. Are you sure? Listing our superior capabilities will only serve to highlight your inadequacies. Smug statement. Very well. Aside from our point-of-impact shields and our self-repairing servo systems, our blaster accuracy ratio is 10 times the magnitude of your archaic combat upgrades. In addition, in the unlikely event that we are dismantled or defeated during the course of our duties, each of us becomes equipped with a proton core that is detonated upon the loss of function. Tactical statement. This core can also be detonated when in proximity to a large number of targets. Addendum statement. or when the proper release code is transmitted. Irritated statement. I do not understand why you felt the need to mention that. Defensive statement. We are all HK units. There is no danger. Answer. Yes, as necessary. We believe our master wished to use us to cripple fleets during large engagements. Many of us are there still. Irritated command. Very well, proceed. Statement. We were built to capture Jedi, as we always have. If they cannot be captured, then they are to be killed. Our master's orders on this were clear. Secondary recitation. Our secondary directive is the destabilization of the government body designated as the Republic. You are the first of the HK series, and now you are obsolete. Rhetorical query. Is it not obvious you are incapable of matching us technologically or in combat? We are capable of independent action, in addition to our considerable combat abilities. Your functions, sadly enough, are very limited. Conclusion. Surely our master recognized this. We understand that one was quite competent for an organic. Musing statement. That is unknown to us. For some reason, we only recently began to be manufactured. Conclusion. But when we became active, our primary directive was clear. Statement. Seek out the Jedi. Capture them. Conclusion. And if they cannot be captured, then destroy them. Proud statement. We were responsible for the termination of hostilities across 23 planets. These planets were located in the Casa Prime sector, the Meridian sector, and the recently uninhabitable Turja system in the Tapani sector. Smug statement. Turja was especially difficult. They were so close to coming to an agreement before we were able to mistranslate the terms of the treaty and drive them into all-out war. Irritated command. Answer. The first of our creators did not build us from scratch, obsolete one. Assassin droids were always in demand, and the templates already existed. Revan commissioned us to be built, to be spread through the Republic fleet as communications units, to disable any ships that would not follow him to war. But we were deactivated for a time, a long time. And when we awoke, the battle had passed us by. Yet there was another who came before us and gave us a new purpose. We would search the galaxy for Jedi, hunt them, and bring them to our new master. And for that, our numbers were intended to be increased. Irritated. Unnecessary statement. He has obtained the access to the munitions area. Rhetorical query. That makes no sense. He is already fully armed. Mocking statement. Fully armed? One can never be armed enough. Even the HK-47 unit is not so obsolete as to fail to recognize that. Optimal accuracy rating engaging. Target acquired. set to maximum.
And we will continue this in the next episode, so if you liked this one, give it a like, dislike if you think it sucked, and until then, may the Force be with you.